In an automobile accident, 16-year-old Ruby Baker and her brother Rhett, 11, lose their parents. Dr. Aaron Glass and Terry Glass, a childless couple who were once neighbors, are appointed as the children's guardians. Terry owns an upscale car business, and Aaron is a well-respected doctor. The two of them reside in a glass house in Malibu. The kids are moved from a private to a public school in the middle of the school year, and they have to share a room due to the short notice. Rhett receives 2 game systems from the Glasses, and he is free to play them whenever he wants. When they are by themselves, Ruby finds Terry's lewd driving and sexually suggestive remarks offensive. Later, Aaron is discovered by Ruby injecting herself with drugs that are not labeled while pretending to have diabetes. Ruby tries to persuade Alvin Begleiter, the children's estate and trust fund attorney, to take her concerns seriously, but he is dubious of her sins. Before her parents' deaths, Ruby went through a rebellious time and was ultimately expelled from school for plagiarism. Ruby presses Begleiter to alert social services, but the couple's assurances win over the visiting social worker. Ruby finds a postcard from her distant Uncle Jack in Chicago, which she was never provided with his contact information, and a letter from a nearby private school that reveals the Glasses unregistered the kids and kept the more than $30,000 in tuition hidden in the trash. Terry turns out to be in debt to loan sharks, and Aaron steals pills from her employer and uses prescription fraud to support her serious drug habit. The $4 million trust fund belonging to the siblings is what the Glasses want. After reading an article claiming David knew he owned a Saab but was driving a BMW at the time of the accident, she looks into her parents' deaths. She finds that the BMW her parents were driving was registered to Terry's company after seeing a damaged vehicle at his shop that resembles her father's. Following his prodding to settle his debt, Terry attempts to obtain funds from the trust fund via the account trustee. Terry's request is turned down, and doubts are raised about his plans with the money after he is shown a copy of the letter from the private school that Ruby faxed to the trustee. Ruby is later confronted by the vice principal because Terry produced an essay that appeared to earn her favor, but it turned out to be plagiarized, leaving Ruby's future at the school in doubt. That evening, Terry yells at Ruby and tells her that he is going to send her to a tough boarding school that is far away. After the Glasses go to sleep, Ruby attempts to go with Rhett in a Jaguar after stealing Terry's car keys. The cops stop Ruby due to an impending mudslide and request to check her driver's license. After catching up with them, the Glasses convince the police to release the kids. Ruby tries to flee once more when she gets home, but Terry knocks her down and Aaron sedates her. Terry informs Aaron that Ruby must be removed, with the intention of overdosing and pretending it was an accident. Aaron intends to assist, but her medical license is permanently revoked when her employer finds out about her drug usage and embezzlement. Aaron overdoses on the last of the pills she has and ends her life in despair. Ruby finds Aaron's body beside her in bed as she awakens from her anesthesia. Terry then confines the kids to the basement and disables his Jaguar, anticipating that they will try to break out of the vehicle again. When Begleiter shows up to talk to Terry, the kids emerge from the basement and make an attempt to run. Begleiter had been updating Terry on Ruby's reports, but after receiving a call from the bank stating that the guardianship is being looked at, he became skeptical. The loan sharks soon show up, and Terry says Begleiter is to blame for his debt. Terry is stabbed by the loan sharks, who then take back 2 of his cars. Ruby stabs the tires of the Volvo after overhearing Terry, who is tied up, pleading with them to take the Volvo rather than the Jaguar. This forces them to depart in the Jaguar with Terry inside. Terry's manipulation causes them to lose control of the Jaguar, which leads to the Ferrari inadvertently slamming into oncoming traffic and crashing. The kids run away on foot, and a policeman comes to get them. When the police officer arrives at the accident scene, he stops to look into it and finds the body of a loan shark. The officer is then knocked unconscious by Terry. Terry, who is seriously hurt, approaches Ruby and Rhett while concealing a revolver. Ruby takes the wheel, smashes into Terry, and kills him. Later, the children, accompanied by their devoted Uncle Jack, lay flowers on their parents' grave. Ruby says their lives have been better. The trio departs for Chicago.